Welcome back, everybody, to the 2025 Derby City Classic. This is round 7. We are in the first of 3 divisions. This is the Bank Pool division, and I am your host, Scott Frost. As you see on your screen, we've got a couple of world-class players that don't lag real well. Shane Van Boening wins the lag. He's playing the great Ruslan Chinakhov, or Chinhof, as it's probably pronounced. Ruslan making his way back onto the main stage. He's been kind of silent last 2-3 years, but if you're not familiar, a world-class player. This is Bank Pool. This is a race to 3. This is win or break. You must call your pocket. There's no kisses, caroms, or combinations, and no jump cues allowed. And just because of the break and rack your own, not that he's doing anything with the rack, but I would think that Shane Van Boening is a massive force to reckon with. As he scratches his head, the 3 is really a problem because it's covering up the cross side on the 5 and the 6. I think something that makes Shane a world-class player is that he plays all games, but he is a very underrated one-pocket player, probably top 3 in the world. Looks like he's going cross-side here. I take it back, he's playing defense and bringing the cue ball down low. This is the only angle I have to work with, but it's better than no angle. I don't know Ruslan's bank game very well, but you could trim off the 3 or the 8, possibly the 9, but he is an aggressive player. I just don't know that this is the time. I'd like to come back down towards this chalk. And that'll get it done. This is a little bit of cat and mouse. Really, the first person that takes on the play is the one that's going to be doing the most gambling. Does have a look at the 6 here to the lower left. Watch out. That kiss is always going to be there. Wow. A little surprising because he could have come off the left side of the 6 if he wanted to play defense. So I don't think he really thought that one out, and that's uncommon for SVB. But a duck for Chinakhov. Carries position to the 3 as well. SVB, no losses. Ruslan lost first round to Josh Roberts, has climbed his way back through. Just beat Corey Duell last round 3 games to 0. So don't think that he can't do some damage. Pretty big error from Van Boening out of the gate. Didn't want to finish on the rail here, makes this bank a little more difficult. Can open up on you as well, so if he misses it, I expect him to miss it to the lower side. He's not thinking about a miss. Is this where the run stops? I don't believe he has anything. I think the 2 covers the 6 if he could get to it. Just want to come up table here, chipping the 7. It's all about the cue ball now. Just get it on the rail, down here low. Yeah, very good cue ball. Shane comes with the 6, and I wouldn't be surprised if he took it on, trailing 3-0. He earned it. Going to the lower right here. going to be short. He did not want to hit the spot balls. And a little sign of frustration, but that frustration was really from the initial defensive play on the 3. Didn't really think it through. Okay, he's going with the 8. Is there a kiss at all here by the left side pocket towards the center of the table? There is no kiss. He's left a real nice starter for SVB. He can wrap around here 3 rails for something low, preferably the 7. So this is going to be powered. Could get something on the 1 as well. This is where you have to make a decision. Do you draw back or do you just stun forward, betting on the make? You can see how his reaction ended up, but he kind of followed forward all the way back up, so the position wasn't really there. So maybe last minute in between holding for the 7 cross corner or just getting it kind of free. And both kind of went awry. I would consider chipping the 1 under this pile and coming up table. Yeah, very dangerous there. Yeah, I would have considered chipping the 1 towards those balls, maybe just 2 rails and bring the cue ball up. I think Shane's got a cross corner on the 2. Well, I'm pretty sure he can just swerve the 2. It's kind of secondary, right? But just a center extreme left cue ball. Cue ball finishes back down here in the lower left corner. He went up and down with the cue ball, and what a really good hit this was. A lot of guys are going to smooth that ball softly, just knowing that he gets the cue ball back up here, but he wanted more accuracy. And with his talent, he's one of few that can get away with that. Going to send the 9 over towards the 1, I believe. See, looking at crossing it below the 1. Creeping his way back. Ruslan leading 3 balls to 2. The first to get 5 balls down wins the rack. Pretty steep here, though. I feel like you could just hit it full, playing safe, and just wrap the cue ball back around, but he's going to maybe try to go for the pocket. Yeah, real tall order to do both there. Did good with the cue ball. Still frustrated with the first shot on the 3. I would assume if there's a weakness of Ruslan's, it's probably the tactical side. Always been a rotation player. Well done. There is quite a bit of thinking in this game. A lot like one pocket strategy. In a lot of ways, it's a lot different than one pocket because you've got to protect many different pockets. It's a great game, bank pool. First of 3 events here. One pocket will be the next event, and then the final event is the WNT 9-ball ranking event. All of these events carry 500 plus players. Looking to just chip the one back over to the corner. This is the part of the game that I truly enjoy. I think it's a thinking part of the game that a lot of people tend to shy away from. Just edge the left side of the one here, softly if you'd like. No problem. Now the key is Shane wants to keep distance right with that 6 hanging. It's going to get a little more tedious for Ruslan. Like this. So now very dangerous rolling anything, but I think he can roll to the 7. The 1 kind of blocks the 7 from making the 6, so just softly roll to the left edge of the 7. .500 plus players, beautiful black diamond tables, 4.5-inch pro cut pockets, aramith balls, best of the best. Good touch, very good touch. I think that might have drifted in just a tick. Unless it was by design, because he's elevated him directly over the 7. Shane might even pass it up. Yeah, very touchy, really. If that was by design, what a great play. Yeah, leaving him elevated over the 1 is a little different than leaving him elevated over the 7. You got a much better angle if you try to elevate him over the 1. Ruslan will have a much better angle. Yeah, so that's really all he could do is test Ruslan from the bottom end here. Much better than leaving him some type of a cross side, in my opinion. Gonna have to elevate easy to hit this ball short. Also, Pures the Driven Snow by a man from a country that's full of snow. The Russian, Ruslan Chinakhov. What a great shot on the green 6, playing for 1. It's really all started, and that's why the frustration from Shane Van Boening from the first tactical play on the 3 that he kind of didn't really think through. Softly on the edge of the 7. I would consider doing exactly what Shane just did to you, Ruslan. Make the 1, leave the 7 in the pocket, just play the cue ball up here onto this bottom rail. It's a big tester, and if Shane doesn't get the bank down, you'll have a look. Speed no good. Caught the 7 too thick. I think he wanted to just create small distance and leave the 1 deep in the pocket. That is not going to get it done. Still pretty steep, though, to the right side. It's going to be short. Cross corner is on. playing for one. And a big game as well because Shane broke. Win a break from here. Tell you what, it wasn't badly hit. I think he did okay. Is he crossing this to the lower right? Just gonna roll it in. He's gonna let him do it. Man, I'm a little surprised. I don't know that he was trying to roll that in or do what he did. Now you can just chip the one paper thin, leaving all three balls in each corner. You don't have to make it. Just graze it and get to the rail. Shane will probably roll this in. He had bad intentions there. Tried to corner hook him. I don't believe he got it done, but no picnic here. He made the last one similar to this. It's a little bit steeper. Yeah, the only problem with this bank is you know it's going to come back down table. Does he kind of get away with it? He's got two to the lower right. That's where he's going to go. Looks a little thin, meaning he's going to have to catch it full with maybe a right ball to let it open up off the second rail here. You want to hit it easy because it won't have time to open up. Yeah, this is pretty good. Does it go? Wow, he actually lengthened it too much. I didn't expect it. Kind of a free poke at the lower left, but you don't want to make the 9 here. If you can avoid the kiss, it's an outside ball most likely. So I don't know. Nothing wrong with slow rolling it down into the corner, trying to hang it up either. But you definitely don't want to scratch on the left side. You don't want to make the 9. You don't want to kiss it. So you can soft roll the 1, just like you're trying to hang it up. He did extremely well just to avoid the kiss. He has left a straight back though. This is a high tip of outside here. Catch it thicker. Opens the 1 up. Just caught it a bit too thick. Not a lot of fun when you're trailing 4 balls to 2 and 2 of the balls that you need are laid up in the corners. If you're Shane Van Boening, that is. Ruslan having a big old party right now. Going for the corner hook here. This could be bad news for Ruslan. He's going to have to go with the kick. You don't want to take a foul if he's covered on the 9. Hard to tell from here, but you can kick 1 rail towards the 1. Gonna need some right spin, though. Now that is worst case scenario. What are the odds? He kicked it straight in towards the 7. Who'da thunk it? All right, don't get too quick on this with the power. It will shorten up on you. Shane pretty good at that typically. Wow. Real long there. Guess he's aware that it'll shorten up, but these tables still fairly fresh. Only into the 7th round. Brand new cloth.
I got one. 1-1.
Yeah, so a couple of missed opportunities there by Van Boening. Ruslan walking to the wrong side of the table there for a minute. Goes and grabs the 1. SVB trailing 1-0, and really all a result of the first shot. And that's all it takes at this level. I tell you what, you talk about bank pool and you talk about great players, you could list the top 49 ball players in the world as great bank pool players because they execute so well. It's really in the tactical games, kind of like this game here, where a guy like SVB has a little bit more of the edge, but does that edge show up in a race to 3 very often? Breaking from the right side, looking to get the 3 down in the top right corner. And I would put Ruslan as a slight favorite in this match now for certain. Does have the 5, I believe it plays. This angle can fool you a little bit. Is he looking to twist this ball back past the 1? I don't know. Not thrilled. I feel like the 5 goes if you could roll it. I don't see what's impeding it. He's not even looked at the 5. So what is in the way there? Something he clearly didn't look about it. I'm sure, or like about it. I'm sure he did see it. I would consider maybe looking at the 1 to the left center pocket. If it doesn't go, just elevate here. Looking at the 1 to the left center pocket. You don't really want to leave him close, because Shane can just elevate you over it. Shane's going to win this battle here. I would have tried to elevate there and maybe bank the 1 away. Just in case, call it in the left side there. Unless it's frozen, I think you just leave him on top of the 1. Well, if it's frozen, it makes all the difference because Ruslan can win the battle. Is he looking to the top right corner for this? Oh, I felt like he could make it, actually. He is aggressive, this man. And it's nice to see him back. I don't believe he quit playing. I just think he spent more time in his homeland. Is it the 9 that he's looking at? Where is the reward if you happen to get it down? second one he's hit wide like this, but the first one wasn't easy. Once again, got the 5 cross side. Can play the 8 to the top right. Or the 6. I think the 8's a little better, but I feel like he's closer to the 5. It might be a better ball. Is he worried because he's elevated? This is kind of safer going at the 6 because he can maybe stun forward or roll forward. Just short. Yeah, the reason he didn't shoot the 8 there is because the cue ball was going to track left a little bit. He was concerned about maybe leaving a cross side on the 6 or even the 1 for that matter. Gonna draw out of the kiss here. And he caught the point there on this left corner. Kept Shane from getting a look. He'll be in a good position now. Surprised he drew it back though. Unless he was worried about the 1 cross side. I feel like he's left a straight back that's a little bit more natural. There are some safe options. With a high inside ball or a high left, you could 2-rail the 7 towards the 3 and just come back down table unless you're worried about the 1 cross side. If that's the case, I think you could just soft roll the 1. You don't have to take this on. Shane very good at it though, very good at teasing his opponent or trickery. That's probably why he drew the ball back. He's anticipating Ruslan might go for this. I like the 5 a little bit more though. It's going to be tougher for Shane to get a decent shot. Wide again though. Didn't really want that flick on the cue ball either. Now Shane was short with the last one of these to the right side. He will make an adjustment. It's pretty steep again, much steeper than it looks on our screen. So he's either going to have to use a lot of right ball to open it up off the left long rail, or just play a thinner cut. But you can hold the cue ball a lot better with a little bit more outside. Yeah, he made the adjustment, just fired it. This way he kind of picks a line and just sticks true to that line. And I promise you, he was aiming that ball much higher at that speed. Cross corner here to the lower left. Speed looks excellent. Yeah. I mean, he can bank the 6 to the lower right. There's no question. But he doesn't want to give up this ball lead. So I like this play here. Come up table with it if you'd like. Or you can just stay to the left side. Cross the 7 towards these balls, I believe. Now he's going to take a chance and come 3 rails. So he must think he can tuck under the 5 and 3 here. I feel like this is dangerous. Where's he going with the cue ball? Yeah, he felt like he could tuck under the 5 and 3, but I felt like you're going to leave something with all those balls down there. I'm just surprised that he pushed the envelope there. He's left across side, and he could easily get punished from it. Pretty quick down on this ball. Center pocket. Yeah. Questionable decision by Shane there. Obviously, hindsight 2020. I'm never going to argue with what he does when he's at the table. But my job is to foresee this, and it just didn't look like it was a real easy 3-railer to protect the cue ball. But he did have some easy defensive plays. Now 2 to the right side, and I like this because he might be able to tuck the cue ball. Can't play the 2 straight back as well, though. All right, well done, Mr. Chinakhov. Trailing him up here off the 3. Couldn't make the 6, Ruslan, so that's why he had to go off the 3. Great play by Shane. Now you got to be real careful. You don't want this to leak out. Very good. Such a touchy game, this game here, because you've got all the pockets you have to protect. Now, he doesn't want to have to do this, so he might softly be trying to use the 3 still. Just get the 9 to the rail and draw back. So he doesn't want to hit this hard. He's going to leave something open. The 3 and 9 will separate if he hits it with speed. Trying to tuck back under them this way. Pretty darn good. That is a little bit more experience. Did he leave it cross side on the 3, or can he just stick below the 9? Yeah, a little bit of a hesitation in the stroke there because they were so close. Oh, and he's left across corner. This is a big issue here. I believe it's a big pocket as well. Will have position on the 7 if he gets it down, but if he doesn't, much thinner than I actually thought. Playing for 2. Does he have to cross this ball, or can he just stiff it? Like to be able to just stiff this ball. Yeah. Nobody better at this shot than the guy at the table. He is off a little bit, though. This is your opportunity, Ruslan. You got the 6. And you got the green light. This is all commitment to getting the 6 down here. You're not thinking about anything else.
Same rail over there. Too strong, man.
Wide again. So this has been a bit of a pattern for him with the straight back. He did make 1 off the bottom rail early in the last game. Typically, these guys are missing them short. The straight backs. All out here. Pretty thin hit. Pretty flat ball. Maybe a tip of inside to check the cue ball. Going to the bottom right corner. I think the cue ball can finish back up table here as well. So he's going to go towards that chalk at the top end. Unless it's thinner than that, he's going to the left long rail, but I think he's going towards the chalk. Oh, it is thinner. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Van Boening back to 2. Yeah, just caught it a bit thicker than he'd expected, but with the inside ball, if you're going to that left long rail, I guess you've kind of always got to know the cue ball's tracking towards the lower right, but did catch the kiss off the 7. Didn't have to happen, did it? Pool is an amazing game. Played by amazing people. What did Grady Matthews used to say? It's a beautiful game played by ugly people. Well, Grady, rest in peace, my friend, but I have to disagree. There's a lot of good-looking people in pool. Going to the lower right, maybe with the 9, but boy, it is not free. Yeah, my. He is aggressive. Shane will play the 9 to the lower right. And I don't believe he'll go up table towards the 2. I think he'll draw back. 500 plus players in this event. So he is waiting for somebody on another table. That's just part of the Derby. Yeah, very well struck there. Not too many players on the planet, I would say maybe Josh Filler, that can power up with so much accuracy like Shane. I'm I feel like you could roll the 7 and leave Ruslan in a pretty tough position. Yeah. Shane got himself in trouble trying to 3-rail that ball earlier. Thought against it this time. Was looking to maybe cross the 2 from that line, and it really touchy, really thin hit as well. The reason he's drawn the cue ball towards this center spot there is because now it makes it very difficult to come off the 6. If you catch it a little thin, or excuse me, a little thick, you can go in the drink. Rail first on the 2, or is he going right at it? That was not by design. Well, a true bank pool player is not even going to consider anything else. He's going to cross the 6 to the left side. Shane in a little different position. He's got a 3-2 ball lead. Is he looking across the 2 to the lower left? He's going to the top right. And I shouldn't say a true bank pool player. I guess the score is going to dictate the shot a lot of times. If the kiss isn't in play, this is okay. It's really okay if you swish it. very good. Playing for 1. I think I've got to put Shane back as a favorite in this match. Boy, I feel like that's a dangerous play. A lot of these guys shoot. If it rolls off at all, you can leave a straight back or a cross corner. The other option is to thin either side of it, bring the cue ball back down table. A lot of times if you thin either side of that head ball, it'll come back towards the spot, double you up anyway. If you can't make anything cross corner here, does the 6 have a gap? I really don't see anything wrong with just shaving. Is he kicking behind this or trying to clip it? And the only problem there is you kind of put the 9 in a bad position. You need them all. I felt like shaving the ball behind the 6 and coming up table would have been okay. Because at least you've got them in play that way. A little bit of insurance with the 9 where it is, though, if you're Shane. Got to feel decent about it. Once again, I feel like just shaving the 6 or the second ball. The 6 is okay. It's really all about the cue ball. Can you get down here where the chalk is? Put an outside ball on it. Tougher to control the speed at that pace. Or with that spin, I felt like just a center high ball. Maybe a tip of inside, a little easier to check it for the speed. Wow, okay, caught it real heavy. Last 2 times he'd caught it long, too thin. This time tried to kind of spin it in and just caught it in the face. So it tells me the cloth's still playing pretty new or fresh, because he put a lot of left on that ball and it really didn't come over in time. Cross corner here. I believe he's got almost a full pocket. He just continues to trick me. Going to the lower right now. Thin hit. Playing for 1. I feel like you can just drift this in past the 9 softly. Yeah, so if you hit it soft, he's kind of darned if he does, darned if he doesn't. If you hit it soft, you don't really move the 9 if you hit it. But you don't get the cue ball away. So he hit it at a speed to get some distance. Yeah, really nice touch here. Really good touch. The ball didn't go, but I love the pace at which he hit it. Three to the side here. I feel like this ball could lengthen past the side a little bit. Yeah. One to get it a little further down. Struggled with the straight backs. Ruslan. Long bridge as well. Wow. So he's lengthened most of them out and now come way short on the last two. Putting a lot of spin on it. That's something that great bank pool players will avoid, is spinning the straight backs. They'll stay more towards the center, whether it's low, high, outside, or inside. It's more just off a center. Shane playing for one. Yeah, and we are all tied up. So the big mistake early on the defensive play by Van Boening is kind of null and void at this point. Back to square one. Race to two. I was fortunate enough to cover the U.S. Open Finals this year. Or I should say the last U.S. Open Final, and Shane had a chance to win his 6th title. I think everybody was kind of pulling for him. But the great Fedor Gorst had other plans. You don't see it very often. Broke dry with one on the spot, playing 9-ball, and you rack your own format. Somebody take a picture. Mark the date and the time as well. Can he cross the 5, or is the 8 just too big? Kind of get away with it. Boy, what a shame for Ruslan. That's kind of what he's thinking anyway. The man breaks dry. There's 6 pockets on the table, 9 balls. And I don't have an offensive look. The 3 really doesn't straight back. The 8 huge in this rack here. Covering up the 5. Cutting off the 3, possibly. Problem with going at the 3. Yeah, this is very aggressive. As the 9 does bank. The 6 might even bank. Drawing back. Yeah, he's just off either way with the straight back. Now, Shane's pace picking up a little bit. Got a little pep in his step. Cross corner on the yellow. Looking to disturb something here. Didn't really come away with anything. Is he looking to see if the 6 banks, if he plays the 4 to the lower right? What I mean by that is he looking to see if he leaves the 6. If he doesn't have to make the 4 in the lower right, if he leveled out, would Ruslan be able to get to the 6? Shane waiting on Jonathan Pinniger, a.k.a. Hennessy. He might be able to go cross corner here. Quite a bit short. almost looked like he was real keyed in on where he left the cue ball there, but I didn't feel like that was as important. The 3 didn't pass the 2, so maybe that was just all he could see of the 7. What about just grazing the bottom side of the 1 and leaving him here just below the 1 on the left long rail? Shane's kind of lulling him into positions where he feels like he's got to be aggressive. There you go. You're not out of this match by any means. It's all tied up, basically. I do like what he did there, getting the 1 away. Aggressive again, but might be able to afford that where the 8 and the 5 are. Just got to be careful. Oh boy, little mishit there. Just caught it heavier than he expected or intended. Does he stop, draw, or go forward? Looks like he might be drawing. Could just stop. Speed would be a little bit better. Nice play. Can he go twice to the right side? Or is it off angle a little bit? All right, he's going to take a look at it. Yeah, wasn't quite laying right. He had to draw kind of out of it there. Means he had to hit it firmer. Hard to release off the second rail or open up off that second rail. So it did come short. He's left across corner, staring him down in the face. From there, he might get the 3 if he wants to go forward. Feels comfortable coming back. He had just been off a little bit, really, since game number 1. He looked good. That's what this game will do to you. We've all been there. If you play bank pool, you can just barely be off. It seems like it's hard to even find a way to buy a bank at times. Been pretty successful as of late with this play, straight back, especially when he uses power. Yeah, I thought you might take a look at this. Is the 6, I feel like it's crossable to the top right with a high outside ball. Yeah. You're so much closer to the object ball here. You can really manufacture the spin to miss the kiss. Now, he hits these with a little more pace, but I feel like nice and smooth here. The pocket becomes much bigger. Yeah, the pace at which he hits these banks is pretty impressive, because the pocket does become quite a bit smaller that way if you mishit it at all. He's just so accurate with the power. Now a better angle on the 2. Gonna go forward and try and get separation away from the 3 and the 8. Yeah, what a great shot. What a great shot. Cross corner on the 3. Playing for 1. How quickly things can change. Just holds up. Not the end of the world. And this is a real mess. If he gets the 7 down, what is next? Accurate. Pretty accurate. To start. Can you cross the 1 to the top right? I think that's the only play. If you go to the lower right with it, you're probably going to make the 5. 2 rails? Boy, I feel like you've got a better chance at 1 railing this ball. Yeah, I thought he could hit it real thin and get good separation. Crossing it to the top right. Has left the 2 railer to the top right. Might need to elevate a little more than that. I don't know. Yeah. Playing with an extension as well, so when you're in tight range. Great hit. What about kicking the 1 in 1 rail? Comes on the spot, gets into play. It's a huge ball to kick. Yeah, I think he might have overlooked one there. Yeah, I think I graze off the 5 here and put him in the top right. You don't have to make the 5, just thin it. I don't know about this. Now you give him kind of a free look, either to where the cue ball is or to the top or bottom right. Yeah, you would have left him in a funny position there if you graze off the 5 and just leave him up there on the top right side. So tactically, I did touch on that, in his defense. Ruslan doesn't play a lot of the mixed games. Well struck, it's not going to go. But that's where the mixed games do come in and will help you with your rotation game, whether it's 10 ball or 9 ball. You're going to see some moves that others might not at times. And I believe the cross corner is on. You just got to spin out of it. This is a big pocket here in the lower right. he could use a left ball here, that's ideal. Just come back towards this lower center rail. Yeah, like so. Caught it too thick. All right. Can you get a straight back down? I believe so. Now what? Softly kick to the right long rail and just try and lay him on top of the one? Oh boy. This is dangerous, but he does have the lower left end to get to. Shane will have a straight back to the lower left end. Is he considering the four-railer to the top right? Yeah, I think he's going to play four rails to the top right. He'll level out here with a high ball. You just got to watch the kiss by the side pocket just below it. But I don't believe the kiss is there. Oh, he spun it. Watch out, cue ball. Watch out, cue ball. I don't know why he didn't use a flat top ball there. Most of these guys will use a top ball with maybe just a tip of outside. He put a ton of spin on that cue ball. Maybe a little bit unintended. Going at the cross corner. A big chance. 3 balls apiece here. Wow, what a turn of events. Going to the lower left corner. Just don't catch this too heavy. You can go through the 6 and scratch in the top right. So you got to make sure to cut this. A little bit of outside ball will help the cue ball. Oh, well, look at this play here. What a turn of events. How did that not fall? Well, that better carry. He didn't have the speed to get it there. Shane going backwards quickly. Now on 2 fouls. I don't know about that. He's going to roll the 1-ip. And not thinking too clearly there. Not a real good play. Now they are all back in action. Really overlooked one there. If you're Ruslan, you never really want to roll that ball in. The 1 was not hanging. You could have just rolled on top of the 1, kicked softly at the 1 rail first. There was all types of options. And this is kind of what I was touching on about how they will double up a little bit. But he's lost control of the cue ball, and Shane is going to stay aggressive here to the lower right, and I believe he might even play position. He gets this down. He's a heavy favorite to win the game. Caught it too heavy. And also caught the point. What a big opportunity for Ruslan. He's dodged a few big bullets in this rack. You're not going to get too many more. This is a must. No good. Caught it low. Kind of finished funny, though. I think he got Shane in the kiss if he wants to play it to the lower left. Boy, can he beat the kiss here to the lower left? Is he going to just shoot it straight in and draw the cue ball? He's got a four-railer. Once again, the same four-railer that really started all the trouble for Shane. It's just a straight top cue ball. All you've got to do is beat the kiss on this lower left side. Wow, he's got a four-railer on the 5. And you're going to bring the cue ball back up table. Can't fault him. It's not bad. He did real good with the cue ball and the 2. But you've really got to take your chance. And does he have a straight back to the lower right here? You just don't get a lot of opportunities to get the win against great players. I think that's the key, right? We all know that. We've all made millions of mistakes. I'm the first to speak on that. But when you can find the opportunity to take the win, or when to go versus when not to go, tactical games, it's really all percentages, and when it's time, it's time. Shane is great at that side of the game. One of the best, if not the best. Look at the emphasis he had on the cue ball there. Really all cue ball. You got to get it to the bottom rail. He will be aggressive now. Lost the cue ball by a long margin. The 5 does go, whether he takes it or not. Carries game-winning position. Looking across in the face, the 6 to the lower left. He feels like it's a little better cue ball as far as the free side, but the problem is you're still going to leave something on the 2 if you go forward crossing the face on the 6. I think this is a better decision, but is he staying aggressive with it? Absolutely is. Now, if Ruslan ends up losing this game, he's made a couple of really key tactical errors. One where he rolled the ball into the lower left and Shane rolled the 1 into the lower right. The other one, in my opinion, where he had a 4-railer on the 5 that spotted up and he didn't shoot that. The more innings you let your opponent back to the table, especially Shane Van Boening, more opportunities you have to lose the game. Playing for 2. I'm surprised at that decision. I thought he'd cross it to the top right, come back and forth. I think he can stiff this ball. And just off the mark. Kind of in between on where he wants to be here. He could 2-rail the 2 to the lower left. Could play it 1 to the right side, just hold. Is he calling it on the left side? Did he tap the left side? Is he looking at the 3-railer to the left side? Wow. What is going on? You can really see it. He's just indecisive. Kind of been that way a lot of the match. I like him shooting this ball, though. Yeah. Great touch, great speed. Four rails. This is something that Ruslan should have done about 8 innings ago. It's close. It's real close. Like a thief in the night, SVB wins game number 3, leading 2 games to 1. We'll take another look. It kind of laid perfect, right? He could swing the cue ball around, and you could tell right away off the first rail that this was going to be close. Definitely not picking on Ruslan. He just hasn't played a lot of the other games, right? So he's just overlooked a couple of things. But if he does revisit this match, maybe he'll see a shot or two that possibly overlooked. And maybe he didn't overlook them. Maybe it was something he saw and didn't feel good with, right? So there's always that aspect as well. Last one, he had a dry break. Wow. There really is no reason to do some damage here. No reason not to do some damage here. The 3, obviously the starter. Just go down towards the 1. This is all about making the 3, drawing it again. Felt like he would just level out there. What about the 4? Can you not reach it? You're closer to it. You can be more accurate. 5 is a little awkward. You'd have to stiff it. Now he sees the 4. Pretty big stretch across the table. He is tall. 6'4", 6'5". But he drew the cue ball there, and I'm simply saying that's kind of how it's finished here. You didn't expect him to run into those balls and not get a shot, but if you kind of level out, you're going to come towards the 1, and you're not going to hit the 7, which is the ball that you could have had next. Believe it or not, it's tougher to make any bank with a low cue ball. Going low again. A lot in part because he wants to shorten us up. Great hit. You know, where are you going with the cue ball if you look at the cross side? Always nice to have kind of a backdoor safety in mind when you're playing this game. The two-way shot is the best. But I don't really see a backdoor safety with the 7 or the 6. Going with a low ball again. That's just kind of what he does. He addresses it low every time, but he's been using a lot of low. The elite bank pool players, like the John Brumbacks, the Billy Thorpes, even the Michael DeLauters, they're going to use more of a center ball. They punch a lot of balls in at medium speed. Opens the pocket up a little bit more. You can be a little more accurate. You can pure the cue ball a little better. Is he going 3 rails, or excuse me, twice to the top left now after all the evaluation? Yeah, that's not going to work. I don't believe Shane's going to probably take the 7 on. If you're going to play that shot, you really got to focus on the cue ball there. Open space like this against a world-class player, more often than not, you're going to get punished. He'd love to be able to just go forward, but I don't think it's possible. I think you're going to run into the back of the 4 that way. Tell you what, if he's feeling good, he never questions shooting the 7 here. He would have already shot it, so still might not be 100%. And I can't ever really fault anybody for a real good tactical or defensive play there. He's really all cue ball, playing the 9 into the object balls. He also understands that his man tactically suffers a little bit. Are you just chipping this? Yeah. It's okay. Cue ball's still suffering quite a bit as well. It's really only a matter of time when you're leaving it in open space like this against somebody like Shane where they're going to pounce. It was kind of similar to last game, right? When you get the opportunity, you've just got to really take advantage of it. Just going to chip off the 1 or the 4 here and come back down table, I believe. And really puts a lot of emphasis on how the cue ball finishes. And Ruslan is back from the break. Talking about breaks, notice that Shane still in his chair. I've seen the guy play races to 100 or 120 where his opponent, and I'm not going to mention any names because he's played multiple and it's not against the opponent, where his opponent will take 8, 10 breaks in a day or 4 to 6 breaks in a day. The guy will not use the restroom, Shane. He's some type of different machine where he just continues forward. All right. Got to come thin off this ball if you're coming off the 6. Real thin. Fooled me. He could see the 2, but once again, really struggling with the cue ball. You just can't do this. You've got to get it up table. And that's what Shane's been waiting for, and I think he's going to green light this ball. Can't ask for much more. Looking at the 4 to the lower left. Maybe draw off the 9. Just watch the right side here. If you do go off the 9, might be able to avoid it. Watch the right side. He drew off the 9 and caught the side pocket point, and now gained some type of accidental position on at least the 1. He's got a cross side on the green 6 as well. He is funny. I know him very well. His body language tells a lot. He's such a perfectionist that when anything kind of goes wrong, if you know him, you can read it, but it doesn't really ever affect him. It's just letting out a little physical emotion. Looks like he wants to pinch this a little bit or shorten it up. Willed that one in with some body English. Now I think he has the right side pocket for the 9. And just like that, 2 balls apiece. Really because of a result of a poor cue ball from Ruslan multiple times. I think he's got to cross this ball. It's going to probably just trickle in. It trickled. Playing for 2. Lower left is available. Lower right is available for the blue 2. I don't think the 7 is bankable if you're concerned about leaving something for Ruslan. So you'd like to just finish the cue ball somewhere left of the center diamond. Oh, he's going to follow it with power and come around. Extremely accurate with this play, Shane. He is so good with the high cue ball. Well, now you definitely want to make the 2. Probably put him towards the center dime, and that way it's... Yeah, I understand it, but if you can just draw towards the center diamond, it's real tough for Shane to get away going at the 7. Now he can just chip off of anything like the 6. And yeah, I feel like maybe overlook something there. He can chip off the 2 or 6. I understand he was trying to corner hook him. But pretty hard to corner hook him from that position. So now the ball's starting to really favor SVB. What about playing a 6-7 combination? Just wrapping the cue ball around 1, 2, 3. Get the 7 down, because it's not helping you right now. And once again, just focus on the cue ball pace off this 3rd rail. You tried to roll the ball. You could never really get the cue ball back. It's going to arc on you after contact. So, Shane playing for 1. Excuse me, playing for 2. He's going to play this 1 in the lower right, I believe. Unless the kiss is on, he could cross it to the top left and just draw out. Just leveling out, going to the top left. Not one to shy away from the speed either on these cross corners. I think either one of them is good. I think you might have a little better cue ball playing it to the lower right. Yeah, great play. Great cue ball as well. Wants to get out there. And I can promise you at the beginning of this match when he was trailing 1-0, he felt like he could easily lose this match. But what happened kind of, well, in game number 2, I think Shane started to sense that Ruslan might be struggling a little bit on the defensive side. So kind of started to figure out what was happening. It's obviously what makes Shane great. Most great players are going to do that. Playing for 1. Just a bit thick. 7 going to hold up. And to me, it wasn't, and it's not over yet, but to me, so far, this wasn't really a result of poor execution from Ruslan. It was really just about the cue ball on the defensive side and a couple of decisions. The execution wasn't bad. It was just the tactical side where he wasn't extremely dialed in with the cue ball. And a lot of that might just be experience not realizing the importance of where the cue ball finishes in games like Bank Pool and One Pocket. Is he just rolling on top of this again? Okay, closer to it, easier to do. Gonna have to elevate here with kind of a masse, I believe, and kind of dig into this ball. I'd really be elevating here. I almost want to completely masse it off this first rail. Yeah, not going to get him to the bottom again. Just continues to leave him in open space. Does not have anything aggressive this time. But he will focus on the cue ball. Back down here on the bottom rail. look at him leaning. Did get the 8 down, so the cue ball not as important. Ruslan would like to imitate that shot right there. Yeah, just not dialed with the cue ball. He's been kind of in this range many, many times on the defensive end. Caught that 8 thick, so that's why the cue ball was way short there. But still wouldn't have got it near the bottom rail. Shane playing for 1 to move on. No losses. Ruslan will be on to the next event. Wide. And it's not over yet. It's the crazy part about bank pool. Like, in talking about when it's time to go, I would be amped up with this opportunity. All the focus goes into making the 2 here. The 8 banks cross corner, the 7 banks cross corner. You can win the match if you get this ball down. But he was pretty quickly down on it. And it's way short. Oh, looky here. Does the 8 go by the 2, or did it tie everything up? Maybe milking it a little bit. SVB playing for 1 still. Definitely milked it. And Boening will move on. Ruslan Chinhof, he is gone. Great event for him. He did make it to the 7th round after losing his first round. Shane, well, he better pick it up a little bit because he had good chances to lose that match. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.